Who would have ever thought that there could be a museum dedicated to correctional services?
It's a rarity, certainly in Canada. We're the main museum focusing on the federal penitentiary system nationally. There are a couple of smaller museums in the east and the west that are part of Historical Society museums next door or in proximity to their local institution. But we, as far as I know, are the only ones entirely focusing on federal penitentiaries of Correctional Service Canada.
Is it designed to showcase this stuff, or is it more to tell the history of Canada's penitentiary system?
I would say it's a combination of that. Through telling the history, through artifacts, there is that wow factor as well, you know, like contraband. When you see items that have been converted from other useful items for other purposes, it's the ingenuity is remarkable. But we're basically trying to show how the service has evolved over the years, and going from, well, the pen opened in 1835, so 32 years before Confederation. So there's a whole generation that worked at the pen and lived in the pen before Confederation happened. And
Tell us a little bit more about Alexander quickly.
Well, there's still research to be done, but he arrived here in 1920, in January of 1920. He had been sentenced in 1919 in October, and he was brought in at age 27, and spent, looks like about 15 years, 3 months, and 17 days of his life sentence before being discharged. So there's some research to be done as, you know, what was the circumstance around his discharge, and go right back to what was the circumstance around the crime itself. So, and often in those days, as today, go to the newspapers and you'll find some coverage. So I haven't done that yet.
So I understand that there's a little bit of a military connection to the prison as well, and this document has something to do with that.
Yeah.
What can you tell me about that?
Okay, well, this is another little or lesser known aspect of Kingston Pen's history, is that for a while the military prison of Canada West was situated in Kingston Pen. They through the
Canada West was
Canada West, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's after the union of Upper and Lower Canada in 1841. It was Canada East, Canada West.
Before we picked up Rupert's Land and all the other fun
and
stuff.
then Confederation would become Canada, right? So this was the military prison of Canada West. Through the 1840s, we were receiving a lot of soldiers to serve military sentences, ranging from a few days up to a number of months. And we happen to have in our archival collection quite a number of military committal documents. And the one I brought, just as a sample, is nothing terribly remarkable about it. It was from 1849, and it was sentencing a private from the 1st Battalion of the 20th Regiment for habitual drunkenness, which was the most common crime in the documents that we have. It indicates that the length of time he was to serve, in this case 40 days, with hard labor. And they describe his general character as very bad. And then they give a description and a list of the belongings that he arrived with, his uniform, usually. In some versions of these documents, there's actually a receipt, and it's been cut out where they give to the escort to take back to the regiment to show that they delivered him properly to the warden. So it's just that went on by 1850-51. They formalized it. They divided the south wing, the original building, and provided their own guard. And that was the military prison of Canada West for a couple of years only.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed that, hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more content.